Welcome back to another tabletop review. Today we'll be looking at the Beretta 3032, the Tomcat 32 pistol from Beretta. I picked this one up used, had a good price on it. Beretta is known for quality, so I thought this would be a good investment. Also as a possible concealed carry option. The Beretta Tomcat, a semi-automatic that does not require the user to rack the slide to load the chamber. The Tomcat's unique features are that it's a double action, single action trigger pistol with that tip-up barrel. And there you go. Gotta admit, that's pretty cool. Beretta, located in Beressa, Italy, is one of the oldest privately owned firearm companies in the world. Founded in 1526, Beretta has been making all types of guns for a long time. But since the early 1900s, it's become best known for its handguns. In 1951, Beretta introduced its first lock breech design in 9mm parabellum, which would evolve in today's famous Beretta Model 92, and the rest, as they say, would become history. In 1984, Beretta introduced the Bobcat Model 21A, chambered in 22 long rifle, and 25 ACP. The Beretta Tomcat, chambered in 32 ACP, followed in 1996 and is still in production today. The Tomcat is very small and was very popular as a backup and off-duty pistol for law enforcement. It still enjoys good attention today as a viable concealed carry option due to its tip-up barrel design, excellent ergonomics, well-placed thumb safety, and reliability. This pistol is very safe to carry. The Tomcat 32 is sometimes a little hard to find. There are the 22s and the 25 Bobcats out there, but the Tomcats are out there as well. Some see this Tomcat as a micro Beretta 92. And if you've seen the Beretta 92, I just happen to have one over here. Let's just place them side to side for size comparison. There's the famous Beretta 92. And as you see, there is some similarity. Not in size, certainly, but in design and in looks. You can see the influence there. Packaging with the Beretta is a plastic carrying case and the typical manual and so forth. When I purchased this, all I received was the carrying case, everything. There was nothing else in it, so I can't really show you that, all of that stuff. The Beretta Tomcat is a 32 ACP automatic, subcompact or mouse pistol. It's got a 2.4-inch barrel, double action trigger, pull is fairly long and stiff, but smooth. The single action pull is light, about 6 pounds. Sights are adequate. Sight acquisition is fairly fast. 7 rounds in the magazine, and of course one added to that barrel. Comes with only one magazine, but the magazines aren't that expensive, about $25 from Beretta. Stainless steel slide, aluminum frame construction, plastic grips, lots of aftermarket grips out there. Weighs only about 14 ounces unloaded. Really good feel overall to the Beretta. It feels very, very good in the hand. Sadly, this gun's slide bites or kisses me on the back of my hand here sometimes, and I hear that is a common problem. If you have a fairly meaty hand, you have to be careful about this pistol when you're firing it. Otherwise, it's fairly accurate for its size. Got low recoil, easy to regain targets when firing. No problem feeding or sorting or firing an assortment of 32 cartridges through this pistol. Simple design, good quality construction overall. The tip-up barrel is just cool. You never know, this might end up being my carry pistol when I'm 100 years old. I mean, it's just that great and easy, very, very comfortable. Probably one of the most important features of this pistol is the way it's loaded. We're just going to take the magazine out, put a couple of dummy rounds in, just for demonstration purposes. Alright. Now on a traditional weapon you'd be racking this slide back, but on this one we just pop the barrel open, place a round in, close it up, and basically you're ready. To unload, it's just a reverse of that process. Take the round out of the barrel, remove the magazine, and there it is. Gun is completely unloaded. That's pretty neat, isn't it? Well, let's talk about the double action, single action feature of the trigger on this pistol. It's one of the major selling points of it. It has, if you don't understand the difference between double action and single action, double action just means that you're pulling back on the trigger. Let's take the safety is off on this. This gun has been cleared. No rounds in the magazine. And of course, we can easily check the barrel there and see if there's nothing in the chamber. So now, if I pull back, in fact, let's just put a dummy load in there. So if that was a live bullet, this gun would be ready to fire. Take the safety off, and as I pull back on the trigger, it draws back the hammer back here, and so we have the hammer being drawn back, and the further I go with the trigger, eventually it drops the trigger. So that's double action. Single action, that would be if the trigger, or the hammer was already back. So I could either draw it back, or if I had fired a round and it came back and already set the hammer back, this would now be in the single action mode. And of course, I just draw the trigger back, and there we go. So double action, single action. That's pretty nifty for a gun this size. So basically, you have a pistol that is in its double action mode to begin with. When you first load it and you're carrying it, it's going to be fairly safe with that long trigger pull. In addition to the safety here, you have that long trigger pull, which I've talked about before that I like in concealed carry. I like to have that long trigger pull. It just adds a little edge of safety. But after the pistol has been fired, now you're in the single action mode. You can have that light trigger pull, and it's going to allow you to get the subsequent rounds off fairly nicely. It just makes for a very comfortable shooting pistol for its size. That's pretty impressive. Alright, well, let's try cleaning this pistol. Actually, the breakdown is not too bad. You have to remove the magazine first. Safety has to be off. Trigger has to be back. And the barrel has to be up. And then you can just rotate the barrel all the way. And then it just kind of pulls back, and as you can see, it starts to come apart there, and that's it. Now, a couple of things that are kind of important to know is that there is no extractor on this pistol or separate recoil spring, and that's kind of unique to its design. It's a bit unique. It actually is fairly simple, easy to clean. In fact, I know people who own these that do fairly minimal cleaning. They sort of wipe them down because the tip-up barrel, they can clean that fairly easily and get right back in business fairly quickly. Reassembly is just the reverse of that. As you can see, the slide rides on these two little extensions here. It just needs to be brought back far enough to fit down below those, and then brought back, down. That's it. So, fairly easy to disassemble and reassemble. Again, one of the things that's, I think, makes this such an attractive weapon to carry. The cost, for me, I bought it used, so I got it pretty cheap. New ones are running about $485. I have to be careful not to have it kiss the back of my hand here as the slide comes back. It is a little heavy. That's not too bad. It's actually the compromise you get with a all-metal gun. Makes it a little bit more difficult to carry, but it certainly has an excellent feel to it. It is reliable, feels really good. It's accurate for its size. The tip-up barrel is slick. What can I say? That's just the coolest thing. Like any carry weapon, it just requires some practice. The Beretta quality, nice finish, tight, solid, very nicely made, excellent backup piece. Any weapon you carry is better than the one you left at home. This is a very good self-defense weapon. Thanks for watching. Hope you'll be back for my next tabletop review. Until next time, stay safe.